Hello, Virginia Beach, and all of the other beautiful followers that I have watching. Things have been a little heavy lately, like life does. So, for a little comedic relief, let's do a story time. So, I'm going to try to keep this short. I say that in the beginning of every one of these videos. In a little bit, I'm going to be recording a video about the page that I just finished on my website, acourthousekidnapping.com. If you are new to any of my platforms, go check that out because you'll realize that pretty much everything I talk to somehow ties into that. It all comes back to the kids, right? Always. When you're a parent, it all comes back to the kids. And when your kids have been taken 3 years, um, it's kind of a one-track mind, So let's break it up with some fun. First of all, if you ever need a friend who is going to get you probably in trouble for laughing at the wrong time, I'm your girl. I'm excited about these little story times to go back in my life and just reminisce and tell fun. I have a way of getting myself into some little hijinks. And it's almost always hilarious. Okay, so when I was 20, Deacon was still a baby. I started working at Chevy's. That's where the story takes place. At Chevy's 10 days after he was born. I called the manager of Chevy's 5 days after he was born, and he wasn't going to hire me because I had just had a new baby. And I called every day for 5 days. And finally, he was like, fine, come in. Come in for an interview. And the rest is history. But when you work at a bar, it becomes, or actually anywhere in the hospitality field, because I feel this way when I was working in the hotels too, when I was younger, any place of business, the employees, it's going to be a little community. It works in different ways. Something different when you work in a bar or restaurant. It almost feels like a sense of family. Like you're in the trenches together. You don't like the other people, like you do kind of become close. And we were close. And usually when you have a bar restaurant that has been in business for quite some time, you will have like a little staple group of employees, and then you'll have some that kind of filter in and out too, come and go. I do think Chevy's we were like a family. I felt that way. I feel like a lot of people who worked there were going through all of life's stuff. And there were times we were there for each other. I built great friendships that I wouldn't trade for the world and met so many amazing people. Oh, if you were watching when I went to the concert like a month ago, the people that I ran into and posted a picture, I met them at Chevy's and they're awesome. I was so happy to see them. Hi, Lauren. Hi, John. Okay, so here we go. We were closing, and Chevy's was a very busy bar. Now it is Eagle's Nest. It's not called Chevy's anymore. It's totally different. But very busy, and weekends were great. My tandem, Lillian, let me draw a little picture so I can show. I'm going to need to draw. And I'm not a very good drawer. So I need everyone to bear with me. We were closing one night. It was a Saturday. So Fridays and Saturdays were super busy. By the end of the night, everyone is just done. And you're still kind of on that, coming down from working all night. And it's when everyone's kind of just doing their thing and talking about the night. Well, our boss had gotten in some kind of argument about something with one of the security guards. Still friends with both of them too. But I'm not going to say their names because I haven't talked to them about this. I know Lillian won't care. And so, and I don't even remember what they were arguing about. They were arguing like families argue. And so we're closing, and the bar that we worked behind was a horseshoe bar. Okay. Was a horseshoe bar. So it looked like this. So this was the room, right? And there's like a little opening right here, the kitchen's right here, the front door's right here. Where we were sitting, where we were standing when we were closing, she was counting the money, the register right here, and I was wiping down the bottles right here. So we were standing right next to each other. And here were where they were arguing about, where they were arguing at. So they're arguing about whatever. I don't even remember. I really don't remember. Me and Lily are just minding our business. She's counting money. I'm wiping the bottle down, whatever. The security guard goes, I'm gonna have to message him after I film this. The security guard goes, no, I'm not. Okay, so the manager was like, you got to get out of here. We'll talk about it tomorrow, blah, 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 whatever. Like, this just go for the night. The security guard was like, no, I'm not leaving until I get my paycheck. I think we must have gotten paid that day, or you wouldn't have said that. And our manager was so frustrated. Was just like, nope, come back tomorrow, talk about it tomorrow. So, oh, and they were also, everything was cool by the next day. Like, it wasn't whatever. But so he goes, so the manager was like, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. And by this time, you have two grown men just testing each other. Who's going to give in first? You know, you've seen men argue. This is what they do. And the security guard said, go ahead, call them. And so he did. He said, he goes, you know, the dispatch answers. He goes, hi, I'm at Chesapeake. I have an irate employee who is refusing to leave. And you know how when you call 911 and we're like reporting something's happening, they ask you for a description of the person. And so they were asking him, and dispatch was like, male or female? And he was like, male. And he said, Caucasian, black, whatever. And our manager goes, black. And then the security guards, why do I gotta be black for? And under my breath, me and Lily were close enough to each other that I was like, I bet it's because his parents are black. And then she started laughing. I started laughing. And then we both got in trouble for laughing while everyone else was arguing. Always counting Jamie to be a smartass. It was so fun. Lillian. I'm going to send this to her too. So, oh my goodness. We are under 10 minutes. So I'm going to go because I want to keep this short. Stay tuned. I'm going to be making a video about the page that I just launched on courthousekidnapping.com that I'm so proud of. And it just warms my whole heart. And talking about a little space that I've set up. And I've only told a couple people about it for other alienated parents to get together and support each other. No nastiness or trolls, and just be real and advice, everything, you know. And I'm still learning what we can do on that app. It's on a different app. I think we can do video chats and stuff too, which I think this kind of support group is definitely needed. And I have just felt so horrible that I haven't been able to help more to everyone who's reached out to me. There's just the way of the world right now. And I'm doing so many things and doing the best I can, but nobody who has reached out to me for help has escaped my mind. And I promise you that. We will rise together. We stay grateful for all of our blessings, for bringing us strength, every single one of our challenges. No, all of our blessings for bringing us peace, every single one of our challenges for bringing us strength. And let's also stay grateful for all of the hilarious times in our life that we can go back and laugh about and, you know, get a little joy boost. Laughing is so important. The things it does to the brain is so important and almost like magic. Thank you guys so much. As always, you're amazing. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Insta. Go buy some merch. You're great.